Willkommen zu einer neuen Folge L.A Noire. Wir sind in dem DLC-Fall Die nackte Stadt und das ist nochmal das letzte Gesprächsprotokoll aus der letzten Folge. Ja, und da setzen wir jetzt auch weiter an. Wir haben ja diese Frage hier, ob das Rezept wirklich von ihm ausgestellt wurde. Ich gucke einfach mal, ich lasse mal meinem Gefühl freien Lauf, aber wir haben hier nichts wirklich, was das widerlegt, was er gesagt hat, dass es nicht von ihm ist. Also zweifeln wir uns einfach mal an.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Ja. So wie der guckt. Kann man hier noch irgendwas Interessantes finden?
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Ja, damit nicht. Was ist das?
Probably nothing.
Na, schade. Gucken die uns denn alle so an? Na gut, würde ich mal sagen, würden wir mal auf zu dem Schuhladen. Oder was auch immer dieses Dessin sein soll. Ich tippe einfach mal auf den Schuhladen.
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Eine Damenboutique ist das, Alter. Nun gut, dann werden wir da uns mal hingeben. Wenn Roy endlich mal einsteigen würde.
Have you noticed how Croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
So, da sind wir ja schon bei Dessin. Versuchen wir mal unser Glück hier.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Interessant. Wollte da jemand die Konkurrenz ausscheiden?
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Tja, jetzt anscheinend nicht mehr. Komm, wir müssen telefonieren. Gucken wir mal, wie es jetzt weitergeht.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Ja, dann ist ja klar, wo wir hin müssen. Ins Krankenhaus. Ich hoffe, da sind wir jetzt nicht so weit weg. Einmal wenden und dann geht's.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get...
You idiot!
Ich hätte mir den Wagen
Figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Jetzt bin ich hier irgendwie auch durch die Türstelle gekommen. Ich glaube schon, oder? Ja, genau, hier und dann. Der Geist von uns schwebt da rein. Ach, guck mal, da ist er ja.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Jetzt bin ich aber gespannt. Dieser Gesichtsausdruck, ey. Auch nicht gerade besser. Ach, das Teil. Okay.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Was für einen Sinn das auch hat.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Na gut, laufen wir mal rüber. Anscheinend müssen wir ein paar Leute befragen.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on Temple.
Isn't there anything else you can do?
So, da ist niemand. Da ist auch niemand.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Okay, also Interviewraum 2, der ist auch da. Da, dann gehen wir mal rein.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in. Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Say, do you fellas need me to stick around much longer? No entiendo.
Good.
How well did you know Julia Randall? Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
You know anything about this mess?
Ja, dann zweifeln wir das mal an.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite. Answer the question. This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Was für ein Schweinehund. Eigentlich müsste man ihn dafür schon einbuchten. Ja.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man. Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Where's a phone?
Yes. Perdón, señor. Does this mean I lose my license? No way. You can't expect me to turn a blind eye, can you? Negative. You gonna trust me with something? Or can I go back to sleep? You left at midnight, correct?
Ja.
Isn't there anything else you can do?
Ob das passt oder das passt. Warte, was haben wir denn da?
Are you going to release me now? Can you get me a coffee?
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about. Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
You see that new typist?
Okay, also dann könnten wir doch das hier nehmen.
I'm here of my own free will, Detective. I'm doing my best to be helpful. The last thing I'd want to do is lie.
Okay, doch nicht.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc? No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
How long is this gonna take? Is interview 2 free?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder? If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character. Heather told us that you were in fashion. That's right.
He ran the light on Olympic, and we finally collared him on Temple.
Were you at home last Saturday?
Some
Schon
kind
sehr
of traveling
verdächtig.
salesman? Once I got out of the Corps, I used my... You were in the Marines? Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th. You were in the 6th Marines? Yes. I was a captain. Which company? Various companies. We had a lot of casualties. Which engagements? Okinawa. A couple of other places. That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Tja. Was soll ich jetzt groß noch zu dem Typen sagen?
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Ich mag diese Verfolgungsjagd nicht, weil die so unmöglich schwer sind. Und langweilig.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Und, was zur Hölle macht der da? Jetzt kriegen wir ihn auch noch wegen Fahrerflucht dran. Ist das nicht geil? Herrlichst. Wieso bremst der Typ? Warum hat hier irgendwie jeder Blumen in der Hand? Fragen über Fragen.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass wir hier schon mal lang gelaufen sind.
You got a pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means, Phelps.
Na komm, jetzt fahr doch mal ran hier.
Never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Nein, ich war auch noch nie in Okinawa. Keiner war in Okinawa. Außer Phil.
Heat's off. We need to get back on top of them.
Ja, will er mit dem Flugzeug abhauen?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Wieso bin ich jetzt schon zu weit weg? Ernsthaft. Nun gut. Wenn es euch bis hierhin gefallen hat, lasst einen Daumen hoch da oder ein Abo und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dann.